I recently had a former teammate of mine reach out complaining about lower back stiffness, hip stiffness. So here's 3 exercises to open those areas, and here's 3 exercises to strengthen those areas. All right, exercise number 1 is going to be an opener for the front of the hip. So we're looking at a full range split squat. So we want both of our toes facing straight. We're going to contract this glute and attempt to keep this leg straight as we can. For this leg, we're going to drive it forward as far as we can. So go forward, should feel a good stretch through here. Keep flexing this hip, keeping the leg straight, and then drive back out of it. We're going to get nice and deep, opening up the front of the hip, holding for a couple seconds, and back up. We're going to do 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps, with a 3-second hold at the bottom. Exercise number 2 is going to be kettlebell adductor rocks. So we're going to point this toe out. You can start at about 45 degrees, but we kind of want to work ourselves back. You want to get the foot far enough out to where you can lean into it and not get too much knee over toe. So we're hitting that adductor. We're going to pick up the kettlebell, core nice and tight, lunge to the side, stretching out either this inner thigh or this inner thigh. It'll get whichever one feels tight, and then driving back up. Make sure when you're doing this, you're actively driving this knee back. You're not letting it cave in. Keeping everything facing forward. As you get better at the exercise, open up that leg out to the side. We're going to do this for 3 sets of 10 with a 3-second hold at the bottom. Third exercise we're going to do, now hitting the outsides of the hip, the glutes, is a hip airplane. So find something you can balance on, but you don't want to use it too much. Get a little bend in this knee and get your body straight like a board. Now I want you to think you're a rotisserie chicken. So coming right here, you're going to spin yourself to the inside, pushing into this hip. Think push your back pocket back. And then opening up. Once you're up here, you're going to flex this glute really hard. We can progress that into weighted. Almost every stretch is better done weighted. So bend that knee, sink it down, feel the stretch, contract that glute, coming back up. Now that we stretched all those areas, it's time to strengthen those areas. Starting with the front side, we got kettlebell hip flexor lifts. We want to get a lengthened position. Up at the top, hold the contraction. Hold the bottom position for a second, hold the top position for a second. Give me 3 sets of 10 of that.
Next is banded sidewalks. So we're going to point the toes together, take small steps, keeping tension on the band, drive the knees apart. Do about 2 sets of 20 each side, and your glutes will be smoked.
Last but not least, we have a Copenhagen plank. So get full length at the bottom, hold it for a second, come up to the top. Implementing those exercises will bring temporary relief to that tightness you feel in your hips, and then strengthen them over the long term will help them from keep recurrently getting tight. Stay tuned for next time where we talk about specific mobility for the lower back.